is Cheryl from Warren Newport Public Library. Welcome to Kids in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make fruit turnovers. These could be for a breakfast, they could be for a snack, they could be for a dessert, whatever you choose. Before we get started, however, there's a few things we need to do. Wash our hands, make sure your work areas are clean, and if you have long hair, pull it back. All right, let's get going. Some of the ingredients in these fruit turnovers are peaches. I'm using canned peaches. You could use pears, whatever you choose. Some cinnamon and sugar mixture, some little pieces of butter, and I happen to buy jumbo biscuits. They're buttermilk biscuits, so that'll work too. And I'm going to do peaches, so I started chopping up my peaches small, which is what you're going to do, whatever fruit you're using. I drain them first. I put them in a colander, and now I'm going to cut them up. So we'll finish doing that. I did some of them. In little pieces. You want them to be fine. But however you do it will work. Now this says it makes 10. And if you put in less filling, you can always make more. My biscuits came in containers of 8, so I'll have extra biscuits. So we'll see how it goes. I might make more than 10. You put about a tablespoon in each of these biscuits before you bake them and before you close them. I'll show you as we go. Done. Wouldn't these taste good on a snowy morning? All right. Now the recipe says you can pat these out, or I have a contraption that has a little roller on the end, or you could use a rolling pin too. Whatever works for you. See what works for you. So let's open our buttermilk biscuits. Whoa, they popped. Okay, I'm just going to dump them out. So I'm going to just use a roller. I'm going to see how that works. I want to make a 4-inch circle. So let's 4 inches. I'm not going to measure. You could pat it though if you wanted to too. So now I'm going to put about a tablespoon of the peaches in the middle. I have about a tablespoon in the middle. And I'm going to sprinkle in just a small amount of cinnamon sugar. And I like to just hit the spoon like this. I'm not really measuring, I'm just guessing. And I'm going to fold it over. I realized I forgot to tell you something. As you're putting your peaches and your sugar inside your dough, make sure that you're adding a little piece of butter. Cinnamon and sugar. So you want to, I just made some butter, little butter pieces, so just stick a piece in. That'll help it bake better. Take my fork, press it on the edges. Take my spatula, pick it up, and put it on my baking sheet, just like this. Now you might want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and you may want to have an adult help you as we're using the oven when you want to take them out. So I'm putting it right on the baking sheet, just like this. Easy. And we'll just keep going till we have them all made. Okay, our fruit turnovers are all ready to go in the oven, so I'm going to put them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes or until they're lightly brown. So you're going to want to check them. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, while our fruit turnovers are baking, we're going to make a glaze to put on top of them. So this is just a cup of powdered sugar, and we're going to put in a tablespoon and a half of either half and half or milk. I'm using half and half because that's what I have, and I'm just guessing. If it becomes too thick, you can always add a little bit more milk. Like this looks too thick for me, so I'm just going to add a little bit more milk. I'm going to add a little bit more cream, but you could add milk too. Okay, it's getting there. I still think I would like it a little bit, maybe just a teeny bit. I'm going to add 1 or 2 more drops. Whatever consistency you like. So once I take my turnovers out, so this looks good. It's nice and pourable. I'm going to put them on, I'm going to let them sit on this cooling rack over a cookie sheet. Because when I do the glaze, I'd like the glaze to go somewhere. So I'm going to take them out. I'm going to let them sit for 10 minutes so they're not so hot that the glaze just runs right off. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to glaze them. So I'll see you after they're baked, and then we'll go from there. Welcome back. Now our fruit turnovers have sat for about 10 minutes, so they're not cold, but they're not so hot. So now we can glaze them. And I like to just use the whisk because it just kind of drops it off just right. Now I would let the glaze sit for a while just so it hardens up a little bit before you eat them, if you can stand it. And then you have the perfect turnover. Now if you didn't want to use a whisk, you could always use a spoon for this too. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There. Doesn't that look good? All right, I think we're going to put one on a plate and open it. So move it over a little bit. One of our fruit turnovers. You also want to let them cool a little bit so that you don't burn your mouth. So let's cut it open. See the fruit inside? What a good dessert or snack you made. I hope you enjoy your fruit turnovers. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.